This new Desperado ability does wonders for some towers in BTD6. So by this point, you guys might know that the take aim ability of the Desperado monkey gives camo detection and extra range. But did you know that the affected tower can now pop black balloons, white balloons, and purple balloons? And on top of that, it also gets increased accuracy. So some towers in BTD6 benefit a lot from this, like for example the Dartling. So I'm going to use the ability of the Dartling, which is a tower that's wildly missing all its projectiles. As you guys can see, well, it's not missing a lot anymore, and this also stacks with the focus firing, by the way, and this actually turns the Dartling into, well, I don't know, this is very close to something like the top path, like maybe the Ray of Doom or the Plasma Accelerator. It is almost a straight line, and these projectiles are not missing. But there's actually one more tower that I want to try out, which is the Part Lord, because as you guys know, I'm going to send in a test balloon. The Part Lord's projectiles are flying out from all the sides. I mean, look at this thing. The melons, well, it's actually the cannonballs and the grapes, they're getting thrown all over the place. But if we use the take aim ability, look at what happens. These guys are no longer missing. I mean, barely, like maybe one of the cannonballs is missing or something like that. This is so good because it helps concentrate the damage in one spot, and basically you're not essentially wasting projectiles, which means that you're doing a lot more damage, on top of the fact that it's also, well, giving a lot of extra range and camo detection, which if you're going for the top crosspath, this is really useful. So I was thinking we do this on a map in which, well, the Buccaneer is not going to be in the best spot, and we're actually going to have to use the extra range and the extra accuracy to beat this thing, and I came up with Bazaar, which looks like the perfect candidate, honestly. So hopefully my start makes sense here. I'm trying to start with the NG, the Dark Monkey, and the Desperado. I'm playing around with the targeting. So for example, when the balloons are coming out from the right side, I'm setting this guy on last, so we're using the piers down the straight line. And then the Dart is on strong, and the Desperado is on strong as well, but we might want to be shifting that to first for the huge wave of blue balloons in this round. So let's see how it goes. Oh yeah, I'm not sure if this is going to be possible actually. Let's move this guy back on first. Is he going to snipe everyone? Oh my god, we're not going to lose to one. No, we're not. All right, that's amazing. So we can now place Oben down here in the middle, which is the exact spot which you want to have him. I mainly am running Oben because of the totem, and that's pretty much it. Like, totem is going to be slowing down all these balloons, and that's going to be really nice so that we can keep them as long as possible in the range of the Buccaneer. There's one more thing, by the way, that this ability does, which I briefly mentioned, but I want to expand a little bit on it, and it's basically the ability that the affected tower is going to be able to pop black balloons, white balloons, and purple balloons. And this is actually going to be really important on some other towers, like maybe, for example, the Bomb, which cannot pop black balloons, or they recently did a fix in update 49.3. Actually, this was a bug fix update, but one of the things that they fixed is the take aim ability affecting sub towers, and this is relevant for us because, well, guess which tower has a lot of sub towers? Well, it's the top at NG and the sentries, and those sentries cannot pop purple balloons when you get to a tier 5. So this is actually quite a decent combo. They get affected by pretty much everything. Alright, so the idea is to stabilize. This is a weird map, not particularly difficult, but I want to say kind of annoying. So let's stabilize by, well, first I'm buying a lot of AoE for this round because we're not looking that good. So let's go for a 1-3-0 on the Buccaneer. I was thinking you can also, by the way, I'm not sure if you guys knew this, but you can remove these obstacles, these trees here, and you can place towers there. That is going to be a key spot for the Buccaneer, and actually it's also going to allow the tower to shoot like down here on the sides, which is going to unlock a lot more damage. Alright, so kind of chugging along well so far. The thing that I'm rushing is just the Monkey Pirates upgrade. I'm going to be honest, I just want to hook the Moab. That's what I've been thinking like for this early game. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to be dealing with Moab class balloons unless we have a lot of damage. Oh, let's actually use the Brambles in 37, and hopefully we have, yeah, a little bit of leftover Brambles because our camo detection is kind of weak. So hopefully we hold versus all these white balloons. Yes, there we go. Alright, so now we can take a breather because it's round 38 and we have the money for the Monkey Pirate. So I'm going to buy this thing. Actually, I'm going to get the double shot as well. It's good that we buy it a little bit earlier so that we make sure that we get the ability off cooldown. So we're going to hook the Moab around 40, and then here is the plan. Let's actually go like this. Let's remove this set of trees down here. Let's hook the Moab around 40, and then this is going to be an interesting round because this is the round in which you guys are going to be able to see how far spread these projectiles are. There's a lot of balloons, so even though this guy's attacking basically the first one, I mean, we're wasting so many projectiles. Look at where some of them are ending, like here in the river on the other side and in the palms on the right side. Yep, we're going to fix all that in a second, guys. So let's actually buy the first Deadeye upgrade. The Deadeye ability is basically not the same as the Bounty Hunter one. So when you buy the Deadeye, you get a weaker version of the ability, which is, I believe it was 50% accuracy and 25% extra range, but I'm gonna use it just to show you guys that this thing also helps out a lot. I mean, look at this thing. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit of spread still left over in these projectiles, but it's really not as bad as it used to be. And are we dealing with these camo balloons? Yeah, it seems like we are so far. Somehow we're surviving with like minimum camo detection. Alright, so 49, let's watch our boy versus this huge round. There's gonna be a lot of balloons on this one, and again, just take a look at where the projectiles are flying without the ability. They're going literally into the river and into this house here here on the left. And once we use the ability, the ceramics are incoming. Yeah, this thing is going to be so much more control. It's actually so good. I'm a little bit tempted to rush the bounty hunter actually because it's going to improve the ability. This ability is wildly useful so far. I mean, it's just starting the damage a little bit earlier, and it's the thing that's helping out defend the Bloons when they're on the top track. Actually, when they're on the bottom one, it's not particularly an issue because we do get the damage started a little bit earlier. Alright, and the ability expired. And how is it gonna look versus all these ceramics? It's really not looking good, is it? Okay, so let's actually retry this round, but on the last wave, I'm gonna use the take aim ability. Alright, here it comes. So let's actually use the ability and see if it makes that much difference. And I think it does. Oh my god, it's not even close. It's like 3 shots. It's 4 shots. Yeah, it's so good. Alright, so let me hook this BFB. We're missing about it's not even $1,000. It's like a couple $100 for a Power Lord, which is the thing that I've been going for. Actually, I wanted to rush the Power Lord before 63, so let's just buy it right now. We're gonna get a huge damage boost. I know that we had money for like the Darling, for the Bounty Hunter, but I feel like, you know, getting this extra damage was a lot more important. Let's get ready for 63 now. So 63 is gonna be on the top side, and I just want to try and let this guy. Although, you know what, the Power Lord has a little bit too much damage. So even though if it's missing projectiles, it might. Oh no, never mind. Oh, I was about to say, even though it might miss because it has a lot of damage, it might still beat the round. Okay, so let's try it with the take aim ability. How is it looking? It's a lot better than last time. Okay, but yeah, we definitely need the ability. Okay, so here's a problem that we're facing. There were a couple of black balloons there, and the thing is, if you want to be able to pop black balloons, white balloons, and purples, you're gonna need to get the Bounty Hunter, which is gonna upgrade the take aim ability, and we don't have the money for that. So let's try and survive in another way. Let me get the jungle drums, which for some reason I still haven't bought on this village. Let's have the wall of trees here at the side. So let's dump the wall of trees, and then let's try and do some damage with I guess the brambles as well. We can even upgrade this guy a little bit. So let's go like this. Let me use the take aim ability. You know, maybe a couple of crits from the Desperado, maybe the brambles help out a little bit. Maybe this take aim is gonna last a little bit longer, and hopefully just the wall of trees tanks everything, because we're gonna need Owen to come and save us. So one more take aim. Let's use the brambles. Hopefully the wall of trees survives. I think it's barely surviving at this point, but we get 63 done. Okay, so these rounds have not been an issue because I've been mainly using the Power Lord ability, and honestly not even close. I mean, we're just hooking like 6 mobs at once, but that is about to change. So let's go like this. Let's just showcase the power of the Power Lord, which does, well, that. And let's finally buy the Bounty Hunter upgrade around 75, and you guys know what? We are gonna use it for the first time ever. Do we want to use it versus these BFBs? I think so. Yeah, let me just show you guys what it does. So take a look at the range now. The range is absolutely insane, but accuracy is improved. Oh my god, he can actually see the other side. That's crazy. But yeah, the accuracy is improved as well, and he's basically, well, not missing with any of these projectiles. So we struggled a lot on 63, but hopefully 78 is not going to be an issue. So let's use the take aim ability and just watch at least the first ceramic wave. If the first one gets dealt with, then the second one is obviously going to get dealt with as well. So let's see how we do now. This is looking a lot better. Yes, not even close this time. Come on. So the afterburn ability is currently closer to, I believe, 50-ish%. Let me just use it and watch the cooldown down below with the duration and the buff icon. So the icon it's disappeared now. So yeah, it's about 50% if I had to guess. So let's go like this. Let me buy the primary mentoring on the village, which is going to give us a little bit of cooldown reduction. And honestly, you know, if we have the money left over, I wouldn't even mind like buying just one more Desperado just because we can. But let's actually not get too ahead of ourselves. One of the towers that I want to buy is definitely going to be something like this, a Relentless Glue. But then also an Overclock is going to be amazing for this Power Lord because he is going to be our main damage dealer. So let's go like this. Let's actually use the ability and then take a look at these projectiles, guys. Nothing is missing. We're not wasting any damage, and therefore we're just doing a lot more damage, making the tower so much more powerful. Yes, look at this guy just attack. Let me overclock him for the first time ever. Nothing is even going through the other side. This is so good. Oh, we're starting to miss, and the second we start missing, yes, look at this thing. The balloons are making it to the other side. Okay, so let's use the Power Lord ability. Yeah, I'm really heavily leaning towards getting one more Bounty Hunter, guys. I think I'm gonna do it. Yeah, let's make sure just we buy this guy in the range of a discount village. So maybe, you know what, let's actually have him like this in the middle. I think that's gonna be fine. Let's get one more just so we have 100% uptime. Alright, so 91, and I'm actually excited about round 95 because correct me if I'm wrong, but some of the attacks on the Power Lord, well, I guess we saw it on 63, but some of the attacks on the Power Lord cannot pop Black Balloons. And so by giving it the Bounty Hunter ability, it enables it to pop Black Balloons, which is gonna be super useful on 95. It's essentially as if we're gonna buy the MIB village, but we we're actually not gonna buy it. We're probably gonna get the glue now that I think about this, because that's gonna be nice. But yeah, basically just like a free MIB. And honestly, if you compare it to those shenanigans the Ninja Q tried to do with the bottom pad, the rubber to gold alchemist, you know, removing the properties from Bloons, yeah, this Desperado seems a lot more successful in kind of the same thing, right? But yeah, it's round 93, so not even close so far. We have a decent amount of money. I'm not gonna be buying the MIB. There are gonna be a couple of deities on this one, by the way, so let's use the take aim ability, wait for all these guys to come out and then just hook them basically. But let's get ready for some of these upcoming rounds. So for example, I really wanted to buy a Bloons Sabo, at least one for rounds like 95 and 99, because even with the take aim, I'm actually not sure that we have the damage to deal with them. Let's see how we do in 94. So for 94, I'm gonna try and have full uptime on the take aim ability, so just kind of watch the cooldowns and the duration of everything. We can even dub the Sabo because it's gonna come off cooldown. Let's use the Part Lord, you know, make everything a little bit easier for ourselves. So you know what, I think it's time to overclock, guys. I mean, these more serious rounds are incoming. Let's go like this. We just lost the buff again, so let's use it again. And how is everything looking? I mean, I don't know. I don't think these moves are going anywhere. I think that we're doing just fine so far. The fact that we're hooking some of these ZMGs is very helpful. So around like 94 is probably not gonna be an issue, but maybe like 96 and 98 is where things are gonna start getting interesting. So around 95, let's use the take aim ability. I'm gonna wait for a couple of these guys to come out, and I'm gonna use the Sabo and obviously the overclock as well. We're off to a good start. I'm kind of watching if anything is going into the wall of trees, and so far it's not, so that's a great sign actually. But the glue cannot see camo balloons. I don't think we have any camo detection down there for him, so we're not exactly slowing down the DTs, but it seems like it's, yeah, it's not even necessary. There we go. Yeah, let's go like this. Let's use the ability again, hook some of these BFBs to make everything a little bit easier for ourselves. And with 35k, I was thinking we buy a mortar for 98 so that we can defortify some of those 45 BFBs. I think that's probably going to be the best tower that we can give ourselves at this point. I mean, the call to arms is going to be nice, but let's actually play it, you know, a little bit smarter, I guess. So keep dumping the abilities. That is around 96, and yeah, this guy, when the projectiles are not missing, it's like we are unlocking some secret power in this tower. And around 98, and you guys know what, I think I am gonna do it. I'm gonna buy a 204 Shining Shells mortar because I do want to be removing the 45 save from all these guys. So let's go like this. Let's overclock. I'm even gonna dump the Sabo because why not at this point? He's gonna come off cooldown on time. It's like so much damage that he's doing. Let's use another take aim, by the way. Let me just not eat my words, by the way. So I guess we can move the mortar a little bit because he does do a, well, I guess a little bit of extra damage. I'm gonna need the Part Lord ability, or do we want to save it now that I think about this, because we're gonna have some 45 DDTs on the next one. Yeah, let's actually save it. So that was round 98, not even close. And for this one, let's use the overclock, and let's use the take aim ability. Let's wait for these guys to come out. Let me hook a couple of them, and then let's use the Sabo. And with the accuracy, yes, not even close, guys, not even close. All right, so can we actually pop the Bad Bloon by using the Call to Arms ability and just the Part Lord? Let's see how this is gonna go. I don't even mind buying something like this, actually, a 420 Umbrella down bottom. Let's use the ability, let's use the overclock, and then in combination with the Call to Arms, we're gonna do a lot of damage because this guy is, well, obviously not gonna miss a shot. The only thing that we need to do, by the way, is just pop it. That's it. And once we pop it, we're gonna hook the DDTs, we can hook the ZMGs and slow them with the Sabo and everything. But is this gonna happen? Let's give him the ability again. This is getting really close. Okay, so use the hook ability. There's only one ZMG left on the field. We're gonna need the accuracy again, so let's use the take aim ability. And are we popping? 4 BFBs left. Come on, guys, don't tell me we're gonna lose to these guys. They're very close to the exit, by the way. Oh, we're actually gonna lose to them. All right, so let's try something similar, but this time maybe drop something like a, I don't know, maybe like this, like a 042 ice at the back. Let's use the take aim ability, and then let's use the Call to Arms, and then maybe we're gonna get the Call to Arms back as well. But let's go for one more take aim, and then as soon as this guy pops, I mean, do the exact same thing. So we're gonna hook the inside, so it's gonna pop like right now, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there we go. Let's use the Sabo ability. How is it looking with the Call to Arms? It's not looking like it's gonna come off cooldown, but if we're popping them to small balloons, I think the ice is gonna be able to hold them. So call like this, we get a Call to Arms in a second. Let's use it, freeze everyone, and yes, that should be about it. And there it is. I'm telling you guys, this new take aim ability, absolutely insane. It does wonders for some towers. And that's gonna be it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I'm gonna see you all in the next one.